It's Kim Hosey here at the Shiloh Museum, and today we're going to be talking about stereoscopes. Stereoscopes are used in order to view two separate two-dimensional images in a way that portrays them as being three-dimensional. Stereoscopes were important devices that were created around the mid-1800s. It is said that the first stereoscope was kind of the size of a table, and then as time went on, different scientists and inventors kind of messed with the style of the stereoscope to the point where you have a version similar to what I'm holding in my hand, one that you could put straight up to your face, and that is handheld. Alright, so to kind of help you understand exactly how stereoscopes work, we are going to do a quick experiment. So what I want you guys to do at home is I want you to choose an object around you. Any object will do. For me, I'm going to use the stereoscope that is on the table in front of me. Basically, what we're going to do once you have that object is you're just going to focus on it with your eyes. Okay? Then I want you to close either one of your eyes, it doesn't matter which one, and again, just focus on the object. Okay? Then switch eyes that you're closing. Okay? And then we're going to go back and forth, kind of like this. And once you do that, you'll notice as you look at your object, depending on which eye is open, the perspective of your object changes slightly, but it changes nonetheless. And then when you look at the object with both of your eyes open, those two separate perspectives that you have in each eye fuse together to create one view of the object. And that is very similar to how stereoscopes work. So the stereoscopes have basically two separate portions. You have the binocular-like section in the front, and then a little holder for your stereo cards on the back end of your stereoscope. There are two separate lenses for each of your eyes inside your stereoscope. Then you would take something called a stereo card, also known as a stereograph or stereo view, and the stereo cards had two separate two-dimensional images on them. These images look very similar to each other, but each image was from a slightly different perspective. So when you view those images together through your stereoscope, like this, the binocular-like section of your stereoscope would basically fuse those two-dimensional images together, creating a three-dimensional view through your stereoscope. So it's actually really interesting because some of the first forms of stereo cards did not have photographs on them. They had illustrations or drawings because at that time, photographs were not as widespread yet. People became really excited about stereoscopes. They were used in different ways, not just for entertainment, but also for educational purposes. People also used stereoscopes to depict current events or different things that were going on in the world at the time, because a lot of the different stereo cards would sometimes have text written out beneath the images to kind of explain what you're looking at on those stereo cards. Thanks for tuning in and learning more about stereoscopes. If you're ever interested in trying one out, feel free to take a look at ours, which is on display in our exhibit hall the next time you're at the museum.